Sorry about the false start there. I had to include the names of the champions and had to fix something. Why is... Did I not leave it open? I did not leave it open. Oh me oh my. Bookmarks.
I could run this team here.
Yeah, I like content creators gotta stop. Sorry, good morning guys, good afternoon. They've really gotta stop showing like I've just clicked on 4 different streamers, different Hydra videos, and they don't have the masteries up. Not that I, like, you know, it's just, I don't get how they're showing off how something works if they're hiding the deets, you know, hiding the actual details. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday so far. We have to make some room here. Move some food around, and these void champs we'll put in here for now. I'm gonna, one last day, let's see what happens. Another rare, and it's not cold art. Feels bad, man, feels bad. Alright, let's mark that down. 0. That was shard number 32 for the voids. And no life. Or luck, rather. No luck, no luck. Hope everyone's having a good... is my audio recording? It is, okay. Hope everyone's having a good start to their weekend, or rather mid-weekend. Just made my first coffee of the day. I've got to leave for work in about an hour, but... Okay, Deck of Fate. Artifacts and upgrade. I gotta finish dailies. These dailies are done. Gotta get our clan boss rewards, check clan boss, and then we'll do the masteries for Norog. That's done. I don't think I have enough to do that. Is Gear Enhance still going? It is not. I still don't waste upgrades. Champ Chase, we got a little bit of time left. Arena, we completed everything, so we got a couple more fragments here for mod. I think we got 10 total. Yeah, 10. So that'll be 1-to-1, so that's 2 chests we can open. Or, yeah, 10, so 2 chests. I hate that they did diminishing returns on the fragments. For everyone who had them saved up for years, it made sense right at the start, but everyone else now who's just like little bits of fusions here and there, it's gonna take a long, long time. That's not a bad piece of gear, but 1,000,000 silver is just outside budget right now. Let's get our masteries done. Okay. Our friend Norog, let's finish up what we were doing here. Where did it go? So this definitely wasn't the video I used. Alrighty, and inbox. Surprised they haven't sent the they still haven't sent out the alpha keys for Godforge. Just waiting on that. I don't think I just used one of the builds here, but we'll take a look. I absolutely did not. I'm just trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's the leech. We take the leech and then one of the, and then we go down here. Sorry, I'm just looking for something really quick. There we go, and Braga team Gnishak. There we go, found it. And we're going to grab this down here. So I just got to remember to grab Eagle Eye. And we're just looking at accuracy. Let's do that one for now. And let's go take a look. Did we get our, we already grabbed our Chimera stuff. Let's get our Clan Boss chest. Get the hits in for Clan Boss. Void Shard, nice. No double luck. See if we get lucky. 1, 2, 3. No dice. That's not a cold heart. Shard number 33, rare. Close that. Hope everyone's having weekend. Getting our rewards from tournament there. We have to do 25 arena battles. Let's do that quickly. Get some of these done. I swear there's harder teams in here. I every time I come in. It is Sunday though, so I mean people are grinding arena for the finish. There's not really any of these teams that I could actually take down. I'll try this one, see how it works out. Oh, I forgot to put the music on too. Where's that share? Our stream today. Post. So even the ocean's up at ends right now. Apparently, humpback whales are interrupting orcas killing seals, because orcas will also kill humpback whales young for kicks. So Tholin in his new gear, he hits harder for most part, like 3 out of 4 hits kind of thing. But he also, oh, I can close that. Just trying to get. I have so many tabs open. What's this one? That's this. That's an old stream. Close that. Was this today? No, this was yesterday. Let's get some music. Oh, cat. My awesome cat is just... complaining all the time. I feed her all the time, and she's just chirp, chirp, chirp. Good times. I should have taken Norog out. Mistakes were made. The only way I'm going to kill her now is if Volkin gets a couple turns for her own crits like that. Yeah. Okay. Drop the music a little bit. Siege Hulk's a great champion, by the way. If you do pull him, he's definitely worth building down the road. He might actually win. We'll have to see. Only because Norog saved us with the retaliate there for 700 damage to kill him. Oh, that was rough. This one has no damage dealer but 3 revivers. So I think they're just keeping UDK alive and to be an annoying defensive team. I'm not going to do any more refreshes. I'm just not going to... Like, there we go. We hit one there. I was going to say, I'm not going to probably roll into another weaker team. Because I know when I get home tonight, I'm definitely not fighting arena teams. They'll be too close to the reset. Find a pawn. Let's do some live arena. I'm jealous they got Helicath so early. Never mind, they've got a bunch of legendaries early. That's how you can tell you're facing a real player, because they're not banning just your first slot. Rhonda's gonna lock out my skills here. Oh, she didn't go for that skill, okay. You can hear a cat, that's my cat Willow. She's saying hi. Oh. Didn't get the ignore buffs there from him. We haven't gotten any extra procs out of Geomancer or Tholin either. I could probably auto this in a second. Once his block is gone. go. We gotta win 5 out of 10. Hey SK, how you doing? We gotta win 5 out of 10 to get the chest today, so see how we do. If I win too many in a row, I'll end up playing a lot of players, which will be bad, because then they'll be stronger. I'll have to see how this works out. Yeah, this is another real player, and it's gonna be a good time. So this is a definite loss. Don't expect me to win this one. This person's absolutely a spender to have 2 mythicals this early on their account, level 51. I'm gonna block Deacon, but I should, like, Deacon's worse than this one, but at the same time this team's just gonna kill me, so we're just gonna lose pretty quick here. Solo leveling arrives. I've seen the show Solo Leveling. Is that the game for the show, or is it just a separate game altogether? If it's a mobile game, I haven't tried it yet, no. And there's the quick loss there. I'll probably end up facing 2 teams like that back to back. Mobile by Netmarble. I hope it's good. If you do check it out, let me know if you like it. I might do like a daily for it. Just do like 1 day on it kind of thing. This week I have more time Tuesday morning, and Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday I can stream longer. So that's exciting. There we go there. He's got a nice Void Legendary too. For him to have these 2 Voids, he got lucky, or he spent some cash. Because everything else so far seems like it's just his account stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed the anime too. The anime was great. I actually went and read the manga a lot further, just because I did enjoy the anime so much. Take you out. This guy's likely going to kill me too. Take some speed lead out. Where did I get to in the manga? I read the manga until basically the next villain arrives and they fight that villain. I don't want to give stuff away, but basically I read like about 200 or 100 to 200 chapters ahead of where the bugs happened. It's very free to play friendly. Yeah, Netmarble's coin toss, but yeah, no, I hope it's good. My guess is they make it, if it's anything like Wuthering Waves, that they make it so you can actually like play the game and do stuff, and you'll still get like some pulls. No spoilers. Yeah, no, not a problem. That's why I said I was just saying I read about 200 chapters past where the bugs were, but I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to talk about anything past the show. I definitely sympathize with not wanting spoilers. I still have to go back and finish Attack on Titan. I gotta watch the last season, and I have to watch What was the other one? I gotta watch Attack on Titan. I gotta watch the last 5 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've seen some of the fights, but I watched it for like animation. I want to go back and like catch up with this because I watched them in Raw, so like they weren't translated yet. So I gotta go back and watch them with the subtitles to get the finish. Put this on auto. Oh, we won. Nice. I'm trying to. There's so many other anime I got to go back and finish. They made another. Oh, they made another game for PC only without the gacha mechanics. What's it called? Again, like Tuesday morning, for instance. That should be the first day of God for just Tuesday or Thursday. I think it's. Hang on, it's Wednesday. Wednesday's the first day. So Tuesday, I can definitely just whip up some, like, do like 1 hour on each game kind of thing and play a couple different gacha games in the meantime. I'm going to do the training for the card flip here as long as it aligns with CVC so I can get double the points. Oh, resist. I let it die down enough that people weren't talking about it all the time, so that was a big part of it. I've got, you know, like I watched, I think the first part of, it's the final season, I watched the first 13 episodes, and I've got to watch the last, like, is it 7 or is there a full 13 to the last half of it? But I've got to watch all of that. Part of the reason is because long ago, SK, I read the manga all the way to right before the finale, so I got to exactly where they were in the anime right before the final season aired. So all of it's actually fresh to me. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So like, I'm hyped for that, but at the same time, I want to watch it all at once. I want to take a day off and just watch the whole thing. So that's the main reason I haven't jumped back into it yet. Exactly, like it's that show had such crazy arcs. Like, even I love the escalation they did in it. Just like the first time they went into the woods and they had to actually hunt the Titans in the earlier seasons, to scale into where the Titans got to with Wall Maria and everything and getting inside. I don't want to give things away if people haven't watched it yet, but yeah, like, I love the escalation of scaling, and then finally after that, like, what happened with the reveals of like what was actually underneath behind their necks, and the scaling of that, and then the second attack. Like, oh man, like, this was such a good, like, it's such a well-written show. Yeah, it was one of those ones that, like, I would say it's up there with, like, Full Metal Alchemist and, I just mean it's, like, up there with the other, like, goated ones that have finished. I mean, I've watched a lot of anime through my life, so, I mean, for me, it's up there with, like, Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed. Gundam Seed had its rocky road for a little bit, and I know there's a sequel series. I never watched the sequel series, but what are other ones that were just awesome? Like Jujutsu Kaisen, well, it's only got 2 seasons done. Like, it's really good. There's so many. Like Dragon Ball, like, in its initial run. Dragon Ball Z with its initial run. There's if you're ever wanting to watch an old fun one, Samurai Pizza Cats is a really fun one to go back to. The villain's a rat, and it's literally a Ninja Turtles knockoff anime. They make a lot of Ninja Turtle jokes in the anime. It's really good. They and it's about the three cats. They're running a pizzeria during the day, and then they're samurais and like or ninjas rather at night, and they all have different weapon sets like the Ninja Turtles did. They face like a monster or like a villain of the week kind of thing every week. They do, yeah. It's pretty fun. And it's short. It's only like 40 to 50 episodes. I mean, the original Sailor Moon, that's a big one. Even if you're not into that genre of anime, like it was just like visually, like artistically, like a staple anime. Then they redid it. I mean, the girl who designed it, she paid for it to get reanimated in the 2000s, and so they did Sailor. I think it was Sailor Moon S, and then that was all brand new animation. And then she had them reanimate it because for some reason, the DVD release had all the had really bad animation, but the Blu-ray release, which came out 8 months later, had all this cleaned up, like better animation. And so she got really mad that they did that and had them redo the whole thing and like raise the quality of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I haven't watched what's it called? Vinland Saga. I want to watch Vinland Saga. I still gotta watch that. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. It's hard to keep up because so many come out. I want to watch that one that's about the hitman, like John Wick kind of character who becomes like a convenience store retired guy, and then everyone's trying to come kill him. He's got a family and stuff. That one looks fun. I want to watch. I still have to watch the final Evangelion movie. I watched up to 3.3. I have to rewatch 3.3 and 4.44. Um, the original series is still a staple. Original Trigun series was good. The newer one's not bad. It's interesting the different take they did with it's the Chinese one, which is also interesting that Japan let a Chinese studio do one of their manga. Um, oh, this team's gonna wreck me. So I'm just gonna lose to this. Yeah, I'm excited to watch Finland. Rurouni Kenshin. If you're more into shonen, I would say watch the prequels, the OVAs first. Um, and if you're more into like something more the romance story, like more like Inuyasha, where it's like mix, that's what the series was like. But the OVAs were very violent. they're back when he was the Batusai, and he was the he was the one man to like the demon on the battlefield basically. Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll are both worth watching. Ghost in the Shell, I would say watch the first film. It's in the I put that in like the top 25 movies of all time made. Like Ghost in the Shell and Akira are probably the two biggest. That and maybe those two, and maybe either Tokyo Godfathers or Perfect Blue for Satoshi Kon. Like those are probably the top 3 anime films I would say to introduce people into anime. If they're younger, I would say definitely do like a Studio Ghibli run and introduce them to anime that way through Studio Ghibli films. Here's a funny story for you. I went to college with his niece. Miyazaki's niece. She came to my college for animation for about, I think she was there for 2 years, because she came in and she went right into third year. It was like an exchange that happened with our school with 10 students. So 10 students from our school went down to Japan, and they studied there for 2 years. And then vice versa, the 10 Japanese students came here for 10 years, or 2 years. She was really nice. She was very skilled. Like, you know, it was like she was off the chains animator. But she was there more for business, because she was being trained to essentially help run the studio and the production. I think she wanted to be a production manager, if I remember right. Wonder why they're taking so long to pick. This is the team I just fought. That's a Cheshire Cat and another Speed Lead. Yeah, this is the player I just faced. Take him out. And then they take my damage, so yeah. Rip. Still think Alice will kill us, but we'll see. Yeah. Just gonna auto it because we're gonna lose. That is my problem for Live Arena. I don't have any alternative damage dealers built up yet. So a scenario like this, I'm just gonna lose if they block Tholin instead of speed lead. I think we faced him twice, did we not? Nope. Just had similar champions. I could give such a huge list for it. I'm trying to think of what else, like other ones that were just like One Piece is a great ride, but it's like over 1,000. It's like almost at like 1,200 or 1,300 episodes at this point. It's such a commitment to watch. It'll take you 6 months to catch up. Let's bring in Gnishak. Just farm the bot. Yeah, no, you have to lose twice for the bot teams to show up, so that's what I'm, I just lost. This should be a bot team because I just lost 2 in a row, but it's not looking like it. And take him out. Yeah, see, this is not a bot. It's over 1,400 episodes now. I'm up to date with it until about 2 months ago, so I've got a couple to watch. But yeah, it's hard to keep up with. Like if you miss a couple weeks, jumping back in. I watched up to Luffy fighting what's his face, the leopard guy. They have their cross again right at Vegapunk's. They just got to Vegapunk's island. Him being stunned, we just lose this too. Yeah, Reaper dead. So that's how many in a row we've lost? 3. Yeah, One Piece, understand that whatever you thought was crazy where it got to, it will one-up that tenfold, and then the next season will one-up that tenfold, and the next like, it's so wild to where they've gotten to now. It's such a fun show to watch, but it's definitely, like, I read the manga until I couldn't keep up with it anymore, but same thing. Like, it's such a wild thing to watch. I'm actually really curious how the Netflix series is gonna, like, where they're gonna draw the line where they adapt it to, because I mean, for them to catch up even to where they were, where you said you stopped watching, like, let's say they get to the Atlantis arc, that's gonna take them 7 to 10 years to get that far. So those are the things I'm not sure they're gonna cover everything with, because they spend so much time like underwater there. Where they'll instead do something more realistic with it. Like, I think they're definitely gonna get to Ace, and I think they're definitely gonna get to, like, revealing the stones with Nico Robin, like revealing the what were they called again? The I'm gonna look that up quick. It's gonna bother me if I don't remember the name of it. One Piece stones. The not the Dynastone. Those are the poneglyphs. So I think they're gonna cover the poneglyphs. I just don't know how they're gonna do. No, put him in, and we're gonna ban her. So I think they'll cover the poneglyphs. They'll at least unveil a few of the other storylines. But one fact, like, I mean, they do have VFX. So I mean, they've made the live action one a little more cartoony. So they could, if they did do a full 10-year run on the show, I mean, they could do de-aging with VFX and makeup on their face to keep the actors looking the way they do now. They would just need to scan the actors' heads right now. Which they've probably already done, and that way they could make them all look like their younger selves through the whole show. Because they do age, it's not that long. Win one more battle. It's not that long that they do, that time goes by. I think because there's the 3-year gap, there's, I think, 7-year period from Ace forward to where they are now. So that's 10 years of time, basically, they have to cover. If I had to pick absolutely one thing to adapt into live action, which would be me commit, if I was going to show run it and direct some of it, I'd have to commit my whole life to it, but it would be adapting Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z into live action. Now, that would be because I know the VFX side, I know, like, what that's going to take, I know the stunt side, I know how much stunt acting and martial arts training we would need for the cast, like, that you can't just cast, like, whoever you're feeling like, kind of thing. They blocked Tholin too. They did the same thing I did. Well, I'm gonna guess they're stronger. We'll see. But yeah, you'd have to cast young, and then get, start with, like, if you're gonna start a Dragon Ball Z, he's 20. Goku's in his early 20s, and you'd have to find a kid to play Gohan who's like actually like 5. So that's a trick. You might cast an 8-year-old to play a 5-year-old kind of thing, but then you run into the same problem later that he looks too old when he gets to 11 when he gets to cell games. So it's choosing what to adapt. Like, you couldn't do a full couple hundred. You'd be doing more what Dragon Ball Kai did. Like, it's 100 episodes, and that 100 episodes would take you. That's just for up to cell games, and that would take probably doing that in the seasons of the show. If you did 13 to like 15 episode seasons, it would still take like 6-7 years to do. On top of a year, and like you would never be able to stop filming. You'd be filming the show for 7 years nonstop. So you'd have to get actors that want to be in it, like really want to be in it, because they wouldn't be able to do other projects. They'd have to be training in the off season of the show for like the month or two it's off. The editor, you'd have to have great editors to choose. Yeah, it's a big commitment. It's huge. I don't. And I don't know if they've publicly showed this, but One Piece is the show is doing they've already filmed season 2. They're filming season 3 right now already. So they didn't. You know how I just said for Dragon Ball you'd basically be filming and you can't stop. That's what they're doing. They've finished, for the most part, finished filming season 2. They're still filming some of it, but they're filming season 3 directly on top of season 2, like back to back. So, that means. So what that means is, like, outside of, I think, the girl who's about 3 of the cast members are in other things. The guy who's playing Zoro and the other actor who's playing what's his face, the chef, Sanji. So Sanji and Zoro's actors, they're in other shows and movies, and same with the actress who's playing Nami. They have other things going on. I don't believe the actor who's playing Luffy, he's in anything too crazy. He might have 1 or 2 other things he's jumped onto because One Piece made him, like, brought him into stardom, but he's committed to that character. Like, he really wants that, like, that'll be what he's remembered for his acting career, right? And now they've brought in Smoker, they've brought in Crocodile, like, they've brought in some of the other villains. They got Chopper's getting introduced. I mean, they might I'm gonna guess more season 3 they'll get into Frankie, because he's gonna be a full VFX rig unless they find like a traditional way to do it. Like, if they go back to the 80s and do like something Stan Winston's studio would have done and do like his body, they could do something really interesting with that. That killing my turn meter, yeah, that's done. Yeah. 2 more losses. I need to. Why I'm doing this is because I really need this gear. I need to start farming this gear. because it's always 5 and 6 star. So VFX looks bad when it's rushed. That's the straightest answer I can give you. So why it's getting worse is 2 factors. One, they're giving VFX studios less time to do things, and they're also trying to incorporate AI into the VFX pipeline. So they're trying to force VFX, like they're literally putting their foot down and saying we want AI in every pipeline. It's not going well because AI sucks. It's the straightest answer I can give you. It needs to be touched up and cleaned up so much by VFX artists. It's causing more work for them. There are things it can do that it generates that's like, oh, that's nice, great, cool, neat little, nice little thing you've tried. But overall, it doesn't help. It's better suited for, if you heard of the movie The Brutalist, they used it to do some lip syncing and translating, so Adrian Brody's character could speak. They cleaned up his accent and made him sound more authentic for his role. That stuff AI can do, and it's not going to be stepping on toes. I just fought this guy. I don't know if she can kill people. We'll see. But yeah, the gist is, if you look at a good example, okay, I only worked on some commercials for the original Transformers, but back then we would have had a 12-person, just on a commercial, we had a 12-person crew. Of those 12 people, 8 of them were veterans. Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. But 8 of them were veterans, and then the other 4 of us were like just starting out. But like we did a couple of car commercials for Ford and stuff that were based on Transformers, and they went well. I won't be able to win this. And we put them out, and they looked near real, right? And why that is because we spent, so we were doing that commercial on top of like how commercial studios work is you're not just working on one thing at once. Like we were working on, I think, about 5 commercials, because commercials pay the bills. Like that's what it came down to. The commercials, they could float our studio staff and all the studio fees and stuff, and just a small studio, but they would keep us going for a year. Everyone's paid for a year just off those 5 commercials, and that's just only like 3 to 4 months of work. What that would mean is we would that would put us in a better position to take on more riskier contracts. Like we did a Tim Burton video game that got for the PS4 that got scratched, but we developed the game. We did a test run and basically did a 3-level build to give a test of how the game would look. It was very much like Medieval meets his stop motion style, and we mixed. We had another studio called Cup of Coffee in Toronto. They did the stop motion for it. I don't know if they're still around anymore, though. I don't think they are, sadly. But yeah, trying to think. In short, VFX is starting to look bad because 1, it's getting rushed. 2, the AI stuff. But 3 is things are getting exported between 3 to 20 different studios, so you don't have a unified look to all of the VFX. So there's a studio in LA that was called Rhythm and Hues. They tried to raise this issue years ago. They tried to they won 3 Oscars for the first Avengers movie, The Life of Pi, and one other movie that year. It was 2012, I'm pretty sure. They went on stage and openly said, like, hey, how you guys are treating the VFX industry, it's going to crush it. Like, our studio's going to fold. Like, you can't be doing this. And they didn't care. They got Jaws theme played off by the orchestra. And now we're 12 years later, 13 years later, and the industry's just in such a rough patch because, like, if you look at the end of any show or movie you're watching, and it's like a big budget one, you'll see like probably 10 to 15 VFX studio names in the end. And okay, that's done. I need to win 10 more. I'm gonna just burn off these last 3. Yeah. So it's no. I've been working since I was 18. I was about 18 that I started working in commercials and all that kind of stuff. I started. I'll give you 1 sec. I have to go do something quick, but I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get these 2 picked. I'll be right back in 1 sec. I worked on, like, I started graphic design and when I was in high school. Worked on a Subaru commercial. And then it was because I was working at a government building as for my internship in high school, the co-op you have to do. And that co-op was like really high up. Like it was what's the word I'm looking for? It was a building with 5 different studios in it, and 3 of the studios were the government, and then 2 of them were like commercial studios. And okay, sure. In short, that's how I worked on the first couple things I did. I worked on a video game. It was like a Metroidvania kind of game for the Nintendo DS. But yeah, that was all like early 2000s. Then I went to, I'm trying to think. Then I started college. I worked for like a bunch of like architecture companies. I worked for Molson. I did a bunch of, like I was more bartending and stuff like that when I was in college for work. But I worked at like Molson events and like backstage at concerts for about 6-7 years. Which was cool. I got to meet a lot of bands. Concerts were actually affordable back then. They're not like they are now. I worked, then what did I do? I was like 24 when I started working at Rockstar. I did my internship for school there. That was a 4-month stint. That was during Max Payne 3 and Grand Theft Auto 4. Was there for 4 months. Then I started doing things for Rue Morgue magazine in Toronto. Then I was working at Much Music too and Bell Media. Then I started working at Hero Films and Red Rover. Did my internship there I was there for about 18 months. That was a great studio to be at. That was the one I was talking about, the Transformers stuff. Like they were doing a Disney show, Transformers stuff, the Tim Burton like game. They were doing trying to think of what else we did there. The Toyota Matrix commercials. They did a bunch of stuff for Cineplex. It was a great studio to be at. I missed all those guys so much. Taught me tons. They actually went on to they were the ones that after that studio they went on to start to work at and start the studio that did Paw Patrol, and so they are the ones that they still to this day, as far as I know, do Paw Patrol. Trying to think of what else they did. After that, I went to, like, I worked for Bell Media for a couple years and Much Music and MTV. After I finished school, that's what I started doing commercials. I worked for like Nerf, Nike, like all the big Apple, like that was all on set stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat the Bitcoin story. Like non-profit, missing a non-profit Bitcoin pay, and that was 5,000 Bitcoin. Really breaks me. It breaks me to think how much money I'd have right now if I would have just taken that job and got paid that way. But I was in college, like I needed the cash more than, like it was 5,000 US dollars or 5,000 Bitcoin, and I needed the cash, like in college, like, you know, that's a year of my bills. That was a year of rent and everything back then, so, like rent was 600 a month, so that covered me for, you know, a good amount of time, just shy of the year. Like, that would cover me for about eight or 9 months, give or take. Yeah, it was upsetting thing to find out a couple years later. Believe me. It is what it is, though. You never know. I would have done a lot of good things with that money, though, too. Like, I probably would have started a bunch of studios. I would have, like, maintained them, because that amount of money is insane. The thing is, though, too, I wouldn't have got, right now, I'd love to have that money still, clearly, and all the, like, you know, the last 10, 15 years of my life would have been entirely different if I did, but that's how far back we're talking now. Like, 2015 is, or 2014 is what? 11 years ago? So, like, you know, 11 years, you're not thinking, oh, within 4 years, this is gonna be worth over $100,000 a coin. It was only worth, I think, $4 at the time. Each coin, let me see. Bitcoin 2014 price. So Bitcoin in 2014, no, it would have been, was it 13? $13 a coin. No, it was before that, 2012. It would have been around 2012. I'd have to go back and find the, I'd have to go back and find the, what I'm looking for. Why am I verifying I'm human? Okay, so the price in 2012, it was around $2 to $4 a coin on average. It peaked at the end of that year. It peaked at $6. But 2012 was like, it was at anywhere from $4 to $6 a coin. 2017. Oh, these are price limits. This is not what I want. Why can't it just show me? Sorry, I just want to find the... So right now, 1 BTC is $163,207. 5,000 coins is $816 million. Yeah. Well, that was part of the other reason of accepting it. It was, I had to... This is going to kill me, yeah. If I accepted it, I had to find out what a Bitcoin wallet was. And this was hard. It's easy to do, but hard to do back then. Learning how to build, like, encrypt a USB to house it, or a hard drive to house it. And then doing all that, get it formatted properly. It was just, the information wasn't as freely online. Even the guy who was trying to, he was an awesome guy. I hope he's doing well. He started a great nonprofit. It was three, if I remember right, it was 3 meals a day. It was a couple of the different countries in Africa, and they were doing a fundraising for they were going to do 3 meals a day for them, and it was only going to be like $1.80 each day for each person. And just off the premise, the funding they got in like the first couple months was great, and then The graphics we did was like, if I remember right, it was a plate with like a knife and fork on each side with the number 3 in the middle. We did another one with the knife and fork are crossed on the plate, basically at the top of the 3, and then the other ones like curve and do the bottom. There was... You're not doing damage. I don't know who else I'm going to bring in for damage. Like, I don't have anyone else built. Sure. Yeah. But in short, I wish him the best. I hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him since back then. Because it was a friend of a friend thing. Like, too, it was my friend Heather's friend. It was the project he was working on. And we were all, like, early to mid-20s at the time. So that was the other scaling too. Like, I just didn't understand anything about Bitcoin at that age. And then also didn't understand the gravity of what he was building. So, you know, it was something that was like, do it and move forward kind of thing. And then, yeah. Well, like back then, I don't even think Ethereum was anything back then. It was like maybe a couple pennies. Let me see if it was around back then. Ethereum 20. Yeah, 2013. So it was a year before Ethereum was even like public market. Yeah, she is not hitting. I need better gear on here. Because I just need a second damage dealer in here. Alright, so where are we at? We got 105. That's all I wanted. Have 100 coins to actually use. So now I can go in here, and we can improve something else. I want to push our Demon Lord damage. But like me not having that money, I mean, I clearly, you know, that's near $1 billion. That's like multiple companies. I'd be a different person now if that happened. But you never know yourself too. Like, if that in the first even rise, if they all hit 10K, that's, you know, I'm just saying people are tempted, right? So if it hit 10K, that's 50 million, right? Like, I might have sold at that point and not held on to it. You don't know how you're going to react. You're not thinking 10 years in the future, especially when you're in your 20s usually. Well, in Wukong for Arena one-shot. For Wukong Arena one-shot, you need to have him with 100% crit rate. He needs to have really high damage, like 4,000 or higher. He needs to have... Where is he? So, you're going to want to... If they have buffs, you open with this skill. If they don't have buffs, you're going to open with this skill, and you're going to hit someone who is Force Affinity. So, he's Spirit. Force is the one with the red skull. You're going to target one of the ones with the red skull if they have it, or a Void Champion. Because what happens is his crit damage, and his crit damage needs to be like 300, north of 300. You have to get this very high. He will throw all excess damage onto the other champions, and it ignores defense because it's pure damage. So... I can't really show you because I don't have them here. And my Wukong on my... I'd have to open up my main account. Here, I'll do that quickly. So I just gotta make sure I get these. I'm just collecting these quick and then I'll show you. Yeah. An ancient shard, that's rough. So this 2 ancients and a sacred. And let's get this done quickly. So, I have very low crit damage on mine right now, but his attack is almost at 6,000. So that's how I balance that the other way. You should he needs to be re-geared. Like if I put in other gear on him right now, I'd be putting Savage Shed on him, or not Savage. I'd be replacing these two with another fit, because like the other part is he's ignoring 10% there. And I would get him into this set down here. I'd be putting him in this set, mixed with either this set here, or the Merciless set here. Because Merciless, if you get to set 4, you get this, so you're going to get the damage attack percents, and then that would mix with the ignore defense and the other boost, the crit rate boost. But overall, basically you're trying to get him to just one shot. So this should be about 280 to 360 or higher. Like you're trying to get as high crit damage as possible. And even here I'm just showing, I don't even have his masteries. Like this one he should have. But it's because I'm rebuilding Wukong. Like, I don't really use him on my main account. But here, let's bring him in here. I'll bring him against this, and I'm just gonna take him out. So for Wukong, you're trying to do this kind of a setup. Like, you're going to increase his attack. Thor, so, I'm sorry, but I have to, it is a single target, yeah. There. So you're trying to buff him, and then you're going to take this skill here, and you'd be choosing a Force Champion, and see how all the other damage, it was red, but it said 70,000. It's putting pure damage, and even if it's a negative affinity, it just kills them, even if they have shields on. Where's an actual team? He'll come back. This, I did that because Sifi puts increased crit rate on him. And now, like I said, you choose this champion on the side. Now it couldn't kill her because again, mine's not built properly. But what it'll do is it'll kill that target and then all these other ones will die. if you're trying to set him up properly, instead of having another damage dealer here, you would use someone who's going to put on... See you later, SK. But basically here, I'll show you how my Thor is built, is if he's built properly. Let me check. Like, this is closer to how your Monkey King should look. Like, he's got 6,000 attack, crit rate, max. I know it's 1% off, but max. And then 200 damage. So 200 damage with this high attack. He's going to near kill anyone. And again, he doesn't even have his Masteries. And he's, like, he can one-shot waves. If you can put this relic on him, you should do that. Another example of how he should be built here, like high great damage. You want the attack as high as possible. I just don't use my Monkey King, so it's just not a great... his Blessing. I have Lightning Cage, but you should put Nature's Wrath on. This one protects his... it protects him and fills his turn meter, but you want either this one here, Life Heart or Soul Reap, or you want to use Nature's Wrath. Hey Wursel, how you doing? But I just don't use my Monkey King, so it's just not a great base to show you. Got what? 5 total. I have none of these, right? Yeah. I've almost got one more. This is almost good. Might as well get this done while I'm here. Absolutely. I've only got... I have to go to work soon. This is, again, I'm off tomorrow. So we can do it, if it's okay, we can... or tonight. If you want to get it done tonight, I leave in 1 hour, or less than an hour. I leave at about half an hour or so. I'll be back 3 hours after that. So I'll be back at about, like, for me it'll be 9:30. That's the latest I'll be home. So in 3 hours we can get it done. And then it won't be too late at night. Like, I don't have to be at work late tonight, so... Please be good. Come on. Double? They're still okay, but... I used to be. This account specifically, like the Tholin account is not, but this one here is. This one I used to spend on. This glove. I'm talking a long time ago. Like, I haven't spent on this account in probably 2.5 to 3 years. But the first 3 years I was. Speed. Never lucky. Might as well sell those now. Yeah, can't use them. I'm gonna guess you come back just because it's like you've invested a little bit into it. So if you just full on bail, you're like, well, that has money invested in it, so money and time. And you're also, you know, hoping things have gotten better every time you come back. That's the other mindset. So it's 150. What is it for here? 9. So 9 points is 1 level. I'm just trying to do some math quickly. 40,000 divided by 9. So I need to divide it by, so divide by 100. I have to max level 44 champions to, that's a lot of barrels. 18. Let's fix this. Okay, I only want rares. Oh yeah, it does. It takes a lot of time. You just have, like, right now I'm just like, I try to min max. Like, I have my right now while I'm leveling, I have my Iron Twins running, and you basically got to be doing that for everything. Like, every time you're gonna level up, or you're gonna upgrade artifacts, or you're gonna ascend champions, or whatever else you're gonna, or pull shards, you need to make sure something else is going on in the background that's running. Anything that you're able to run in the background, like Doom Tower climb, or you know, like anything that's autoable, you're gonna make sure it's running on auto. Okay, so that's all of them. Now we go to epics. Why I'm doing this is the pinpoint gear. I did not want that to pop up. This game is the one thing I wish would go away is all these pop-ups. It drives me nuts. I think it drives everyone nuts. But we're trying to do this. Like, so just that little bit I've done, I've almost got 1 flip. But the pinpoint gear is what we're going to go hunting for. You like this game, but it takes too much time every day. And if you lose 2 to 3 must fusions... I'd say there's only 2 a year that are, like, must-dos. Like, this year would have been, like, if we're going to count Wixwell, then also into Wixwell into Titus. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is you can't do every fusion. Like, I'm set to do the next fusion in October, but like that's because I'm endgame and I'm getting 8 clan boss chests a day. So if you're, first things first is this. This is the absolute #1. Focus on this in the game. If you're not getting all these 4 chests minimum a day, then that is your goal. You are climbing here. You are getting to this point because that is where you get all your shards. The next would be Doom Tower. Like, I've already finished hard Doom Tower, but you get a Sacred here, Legendary Book, Sacred, Legendary Book, and I think this is 2 Epic Books, and then Void Shard, you'll get 2 or 3 down this row here, I think it's 3, and then you'll get a bunch of books and resources, but you have to be able to do all of Doom Tower. So as long as you're endgame and you're clearing this stuff, you should never be out of resources. Like, I didn't do the dog, but I did Titus, and this is how many shards I have since Titus. Like, this was entirely empty. And I've got 5 or 6 primals. We just pulled my voids, but I had 20 voids. And 70 ancients, which is 20 are from your monthlies, and the other 50 are from clan boss. And then 11 sacreds are from clan boss. Like earlier before you got here, I just took my clan boss chest. I got 1 sacred, 3 ancients. But that's daily. You're getting shards, and you have to save them. Don't pull during 2x. You don't pull during 15x unless you need the champs. But yeah. Yeah, well that's why you're having problems. It's not even like slowing it. It's like throwing it to a halt. That's what leaves you hanging. I can't suggest enough that you do not if you're gonna play free to play, you cannot pull your shards unless you're doing a fusion. If you're skipping the fusions and you're going for targeted champions, like this one had a guy here that was a 10x during a 2 times. That or the rare times, they only do it 4 times a year, but to put the guaranteed champions here, those are the only times you're gonna rip your shards, and that's only if you have enough. If you don't have enough to do the full thing, then you don't do it. You don't even start it. No. I get what you're saying. I'm just when people say they're like, oh, I don't have, I run out of resources. If early and mid game, I can absolutely understand. Anyone who's been playing less than like 18 months. I can understand they run out of resources, but they need to go watch Boozer and they need to go watch like new accounts, because if you're just grip and ripping your shards all the time, you're never gonna have them for when you need them, because you don't generate enough in game to maintain that. Okay, this will be garbage. What's the stat I need on this again? Shields. Don't you love I used shields and I got nothing? I got 1 shield. But save your shards. That's the absolute #1 thing I can say is save your shards. You're not going to do a fusion every month. You're going to do a fusion every 2 months. And that's 6 fusions a year you're going to do. But you should have more than enough resources to do it as long as you're doing clan boss every day. That's not even including Hydra, that's not including Chimera, that's not even at Doom Tower yet. As long as you're pushing your clan boss and doing at least Brutal Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare and getting the shards from that every day. Oh, that's almost worth keeping. I'll keep that for now. I'll also keep that. I'm never going to use that set, but those stats are almost all max rolled. Did you just, okay, you got that switched out? Goodbye. I'm leaving in 10 minutes. So, like, I'm just saying, like, when I get back, we'll absolutely do that. I'll send you a message on Discord when I'm back. So this would be a good shield to keep if you're early, mid, and even early late game. Why I'm not keen on keeping it is because it's only got this max rolled. Like, these all can be 7. If it hits speed, I'll keep it, or defense. Now it has to keep hitting crit damage or it's just not worth it. So that's just not worth keeping. Like, I can 16 it, but it'd have to hit this. Yeah. And doing a 1-1-1 like that, or 1-1-2, it's just not worth. That was a defense glove, it had attack in it, not worth keeping. That almost was worth keeping if you were like mid-late, like it's It was an HP chest, had another roll of HP on it and defense percent, but because it has the attack on there too, that ruined the piece. This one is keepable. You'd want this to be 7. I think this can roll up to 18 or 20. But, oh, and this can go up to 11. So these are 2 mid rolls and just shy of a max. I'll keep it for now. Shields, please. Not a shield. Also, like, the only way you could keep this, I'm gonna re-roll it, but it's a bad set. It's not getting lucky on the drops. What? I had to have finished it. Yeah. What other sets? Junk. There we go. 45 plus 15% crit, which is not enough. This means not worth keeping. I'm looking for a set I can just burn because it's a shield, like it's, I guess, Guardian. Not shields. Not even speed boots. I'm going to keep some of this set because I have to re-gear Necrit, so... I will keep those for him. Getting everything but shields. The game knows. It knows what it's doing. I do know I can use Quick Craft. I don't want to watch my resources disappear in a snap of the fingers. Shields. None of these. Okay, we got one. And it's speed. This can't roll badly now, so I will 16 it. Like, even that is usable just for the double roll speed. For a defensive champ, we will keep that. So this double max rolled, I'm going to keep that one for now. This is as defensive as a weapon can get. The only other thing this could have rolled here was like flat HP. Now these are all mid rolls, but I'm gonna keep that for now because, like, as I said, I gotta re-gear my. So like this is what I was talking about, getting rid of this for the other, for accuracy or speed. Those are really the only other options. But like this one, because it rolled an attack, I can't use it. But the other weapon we can. Garbage. rolled attack. If that was HP percent, that would have been, even though it's an epic helmet, we could have kept it. I am really not getting lucky on these pulls. The shield for this set. Well, one, I'm doing it because it's my clan quest. I need to pull 5 epic or legendary shields. But right now, like, this is okay, but you want them higher rolled. Like, 6 or 7's okay, 5 is low, 10, 11 is the max for accuracy. I think it actually goes to 12, but 10, you want the higher rolls of accuracy. If this was like 8 or 9 accuracy, it's not max. Just that end game, like, this would have to triple hit this or triple hit this for me to keep it. And it's already split. But when I'm like re-gearing a champ like Necrit, like attack does nothing. Like this is a useless stat, so this only has 3 stats I can roll, and technically the crit rate's not great for me either. Like I don't want my Necrits. I'm not building a damage Necrit. I'm building one that would like this absorb. He's a damage pin cushion. So overall this has 2 stats that just aren't good for me, and also as an individual piece because it's got a defensive roll, 2 attack rolls, and then an accuracy roll, which is only useful on some champions, about 50%. Overall, there's no way this could roll unless it triple or quads crit rate, or triple or quads attack, or triple or quads accuracy, that I could keep this. It's not worth my silver investment is what I'm bringing up. Like it's like this is a mythical piece. This hit flat stat, but it has 3 useful stats for an HP champion, but this one's not useful. So I can try re-rolling it, but I can only do that because I just don't use my ores that often. Boots are flat stat, like crit rate again. Like if I re-roll these boots, I could try, but saw that. I need to get shields though. I've only pulled 1 shield of it was mythical. I haven't gotten any other legendary. Like we've probably done like 200 rolls at this point, and we just keep getting epic stuff. There we go. Speed. Flat, no, this is not worth it, but if I can get the res, if it rolls 2 into resistance, we can keep it, but it didn't, so goodbye. Yeah. So it's all max rolled, so I would keep this shield. Those are all defensive stats. So that shield I just showed was like what you're looking for. Like you have a 7% HP, 7% defense, and I think the bottom one was resistance at 12. So we got another legendary shield. This is unfortunate. These are all mid rolls, but I can keep that because maybe it can roll. That's all low. Sell that. Sell that. So, crit rate. Let all the lightning bolts go. No more lightning bolts. Okay. Low, so mid, low, low. Those are all low rolls too. So like overall this is worth keeping. Just because it hit 3 defensive stats. The crit rate is acceptable, so to speak. Like it's not in our way. We want it to roll into those other stats though. Now for defensive set, you can keep HP boots if it rolled HP flat, defense percent, and these other stats. Like I got 3 out of 4 right now, but if a single roll goes into attack, I would sell these. But as long as it rolls the other ones, it's worth keeping. So like right now these are okay to keep because it didn't hit this useless stat, it hit these, which are and if the last one hits speed or accuracy, then it's still useful for us. Another shield. Unfortunate. I might re-roll this shield just to see if I can get a better stat. So like these are a good example of boots you would keep for a defensive champion, especially an HP one. This again hit attack percent and it low rolled here, mid rolled here. No, I'm not done the horse missions yet. I haven't done enough live arena. I left it to the wayside too long. I'm gonna start focusing on them. Probably that might be something I do in September, is just straight focus them. Like this is all, if this was HP, I can re-roll this maybe, but like, again, we want HP on there, not attack percent. I think I'm 1 away. I see 1 more legendary shield. We did not get it. So we want these 2 gone. Keep that for now. Nope. So I'm gonna keep, even though it's flat stack, keep it, and same with this one, just to re-roll them and hope for the best. Oh, I can't do a reroll here. Wonder why that is. It just really doesn't want to give me that shield. I'll do one more for here, or the two. I'll do the 2 10-fulls, and then I'm going to change what gear set. Hey, there we go. That should have been the last one. There we go. Right down to the wire. I just burned through like 13,000 of these on the before this reset, so. What's the last thing I gotta do? What's my last clan mission? Oh, Fire Knight. Run Fire Knight. Oh, it lost one. Alright, this is gonna be the last thing that I gotta get going. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for the day. Sorry, I just left it on the last run there. We got some coins we actually needed, so that's good. So this is my main account. This is not the Tholin account. I'll just show you some things here. I got 5 of these, but I really more use it for the coins. Like, if I needed Rio here, for instance, I would go here and get my 100 coins. And yeah, but I have a Rio that's at 6 stars, so this is more for my second one. It's not something I'm looking for right now. I'm waiting for other things. These are my wish list ones right now, so these are what I'm waiting for. This guy, don't sleep on him if you've got him. He's an amazing Hydra champion, so is this guy here. Her, I'm looking for the 6 star. And then these rares I don't really use anymore, but yeah. Just the ones that are buff removers or buff strippers. And yeah, gonna close this up. Quickly show Tholin one last time. Then I gotta run. Why did it open here? Okay. And there we go. Oh. So there currently is a deck of Venture Deck of Fate fossil coins. You get them from artifacts and champions. You're going to get way more from upgrading champions. Just to show you the math quickly, if you're doing it by levels of rares, so it'd be 40,000 points. You get 9 points per level on a rare, so divided by 9. Sorry, I misclicked there. You need to get 4,440 levels. Rares go up to level 30, so you divide this by 30. And that's 140 rares max leveled. If you're going to do it by your epics, they get 18 levels, 18 points per level. So 40,000 by 18. This takes way more XP. Keep that in mind. Or you have to have a lot of brews. That's 2,000 divided by 40. So it's only 55 epics or 4 stars you have to get to max level. And then I'm trying to remember. I don't know legendaries off the top of my head, but yes, it's easier to do with epics are what I suggest, and just get them to level 20. That would double the number, but that's 110 to level 20, and it'll finish this whole event. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow. And my cats are fighting. I'll be right. Sorry, I gotta go deal with my Kit Kats. Talk to you later.